Thanks for joining us. That was quick.
You want me to hold it? Why don't you sit here, puppy? Look. Sit right here. Ah, good boy. Hey guys, and welcome to A Couple's Thing.
We talk about a couple of things.
And on today's episode 8, is it?
Yes, 8.
Okay, on episode 8, we're going to be talking about when you should pop the question. I'm like, which hand is this in? We have a couple of statistics, the questions, and then we'll let you know about our status and stuff like that.
Well, you just showed them your hand.
I mean, but still, that doesn't mean nothing, so you never know. For a lot of people, it doesn't mean nothing.
It means it's empty. You mean the status is 0.
When do you feel is the right time to pop the question?
I don't think there's a time necessarily. I think it's just...
That's the problem.
You can't put a time on it.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, give yourself at least a year and live with each other at least 6 months. Because when you know. Like,
I mean, yes.
You know earlier than that, but I still feel like you should live with that person. You couldn't know if that person is right for you in 6 months, even less.
I was talking about marrying me on my
Go ahead.
like 2 months in.
Exactly. When you know, you know. When you really know, you know. Like, straight up. You can only mess it up.
I feel that 2 to 3 years. 2 to 3 years is like the best potion magic to like propose, because I feel like hopefully you've been living with this person for some time and kind of have a rhythm together, so it makes it a little bit better.
Yeah, once you got your
if
flow
it's
down.
too soon, you might like discover things that you're like, hold up, I don't like that.
Like,
yeah,
you know
that's
what
why
I was saying. Like, you gotta live with the person at least 6 months. 6 months, you live with a person, you'll know everything you need to know about the person.
Some statistics that I found very interesting, and these are verified statistics that I found from like psychiatrists and all this stuff. More than 90% of people marry by the age of 50, and there has been a drop in divorce. There have been a drop in divorce rates since 2016. So 18% less likely to get divorced. Which
I think that goes with the statistic of that people are getting married later.
Yeah,
I think that goes hand in hand. What's the average?
Wait, no. So men are now marrying around 30 years old and women at 28, which before it was women at 25 and men at 27.
I think that has to do with the divorce rate going down.
Heck yeah.
Then you're not getting married in your mid-20s and still got some OCSO.
I'm sorry. What did you know at 27?
Exactly, that too. Like, yeah. I think that goes, like, especially men 30, that says a lot. Like, that means you're really thinking about it and really making sure that that's the right person for you.
Do you think getting married at 30 is a little too young?
I think it depends. You have to find yourself first. So, like, the older it's getting, the more successful marriage is, I think.
But it doesn't hit most people until they hit their 30s. That's the thing. A lot of people assume, like, for example, me, I'll use myself as an example. I thought I knew everything at 27, 28 years old. And, like, the minute I hit 30, it was like, hold on a second. Something different happens. Do you think that happens for men at around 30 as well? Did it happen for you?
It probably, whenever it happens, it clicks for a woman. Add 5 years to that for a man. That's just how we mature.
But it clicks for a woman at 30, so how's it going to click for a man at 30?
It clicked for me like 35, 34. Wait, when do we meet?
So then it doesn't click at 30, that's what I'm saying.
Not necessarily, but it depends where you are in life. It doesn't, everybody has a different path, and if you get married early, like 27-ish, you just...
Bro, I'm sorry.
You gotta hope you grow up together and not apart.
I feel like that's a dime a dozen. There are people, like, for example, my aunt and my aunt, she got married like this very young, very quickly, and it lasted forever, and they're still married. But those are the people that decided to fight and stay together, and nothing just broke them up randomly. Today, I don't feel that you should be 23, 24 getting married. Like,
and the generation before us, pretty much, they grew up faster. Every generation before grew up faster. They were getting married younger. They were having kids younger. They were doing everything younger. and they made it work because they just grew up faster, I guess. Like my parents got married, like 25, and they already had 2 kids.
So let's talk about this really quickly.
It still works, still together.
The average cost of a wedding in 2017 in the United States amounted to be $34,000.
Hey, yo.
I've always wanted to have a wedding and all of that. Like I used to go through like the wedding books and like pick out my dress, pick out my venue and all that. But I look at it today where I cannot see myself paying a down payment on a house for a group of individuals that had nothing to do with my relationship. I'm paying for their food, for their spouse's food. I'm paying for them to get drunk for my celebration.
For your one day.
For my one day. And I don't get to enjoy it because I have to make sure that everything's going right.
I've exactly. I seen one that actually enjoyed it. Like Tim enjoyed his wedding. I feel like John was being pulled every which way like the whole entire night. I think Tim like really enjoyed his wedding and really got to chill. But you only really get to enjoy it for like a good hour.
I'm sorry. So for us,
I feel like it's just a floss. Like it's just a flex.
It really is.
Like look at my love and all this. Like, but I feel like our generation is getting away from that too.
Oh yeah.
That big wedding and all this. I think that's all. That goes with like the white picket fence. Like all that is a fairy tale from generations before. It's a different path.
I would rather take all that money and travel or like get a home.
Yeah, but you go back and forth all the time. The wedding.
No, okay, but here's the thing.
Should we just elope?
But even if we do a wedding, do you think I'm trying to spend anything over 10? I'm not even trying to spend anything over 5. You feel me? Like I think that's ridiculous, and I don't think whether it was $100 million, $40,000, or 10, it's not gonna change how I'm gonna feel that day, and it's not gonna change the union. So I just feel like it's ridiculous. Do I want a beautiful photo shoot? Yes, but you don't need a wedding to do that.
And it's not gonna cost you 30 G's.
I just want people that matter, because a lot of people claim that they care, but the minute that they leave you, they go and they talk crap about you and your relationship and their assumptions, and I just don't care to have. I don't even feel like I have 10 people I could invite to a wedding.
Really? Damn.
Genuinely. Really think about that question. Because this dude was ready to invite like a whole side of his family that he hasn't seen, that I've never even heard of. And I'm just sitting there like, I never met them. Why would they be there?
Like not leaving anybody out type of situation. You know how that goes. And then that could just trickle down.
I'll send you photos.
Anybody. What?
Not leaving anybody out.
No, but it's like if I love this aunt and she really there for me, but then I can't. If I invite one aunt, I gotta invite all 6. You know what I'm saying? Well,
I don't agree with that.
5 now. But hey, me neither. Fuck yeah.
Think about it though. Like really?
Were you really there for us? Do you even know my girl's last name?
Thank you. Unless they read it on my social media.
Well, her last name doesn't matter because it's not gonna be for long.
Well.
And another thing with that, as you can see, we're about to hit 3 years, and still a naked ring finger. It's a lot financial. A lot of financial reasons is the reason. Like, I will get married with this woman tomorrow at the court, but right now I can't afford the ring. Like, we're in one income. Like, I was ready to do it. I was ready. And then she lost a job, and we had to switch things around. So sometimes it's just income. It's not.
But it's also prioritizing.
Prioritizing, yes.
Can we be real on this? No, can we? I'm being honest. Okay. I just feel like there's priorities that you take. Like you've said it before that you have not prioritized proposing to me. And that you've told me this. You told me this when we were in the other apartment.
It's just a bill.
But you see, here's why I get upset. Because imagine if let's put the shoe on the other foot, and let's say I'm the one that's supposed to propose. And women, you can still propose. I'm the type of person that would do something like that. A lot of my friends know me, but he really feels that I deserve a proposal. And honestly, I've been dreaming of one since I was like 5.
Yes,
we see it on TV. We see all these creative situations. I cry at other people's proposals. So like, of course, that's something that I want as well. But I just feel like, let's put the shoe on the other foot. What if I was saying I can't add another bill, but I'm always spending my money on other things that I know I don't have to spend it on. There are ways to save. And he likes to make the excuse that he can't prioritize it right now. And I'm not saying it has to happen and you have 3 months to save up. It doesn't even work like that. It can take you a whole year to save. I already know how responsible you are, and I know what you're doing for us. I'm never gonna rush it, but how do you squeeze in bottles? And
it's $30 a fucking week.
Exactly.
A week.
Exactly. There's ways when you really, really want something.
And then in the end, you get engaged in like 5 years instead of putting it on credit. It's just like the more money you get, the broke you are.
Should women propose?
That's a perfect segue. Yeah. See you with some excuses.
I mean, I feel like a lot of people, especially in social media, they feel that it's frowned upon for a woman to propose. And I just feel like, what if it just depends on the story? It depends. It doesn't matter. Also, like, everybody's relationship is different. So if that's something that I want to do, and I know that it's something that you're going to feel like amazing and it's gonna make you really happy and it's gonna be like next level, why the hell not? But I do understand that a man should court a woman because men are more fickle when it comes to relationships. Women are natural nurturers, men aren't. So I feel that men, when they find somebody that they can't live without, it's on them.
I think it's just like, it's so fashion, like the guy has to do it, but in this day and age, like nothing is the same. Women do men jobs, men do women jobs, and it's just, I don't know, it's so different. Like that.
I think it's exactly how it should be. Like, for example, I don't like when people say, like, for example, you just said women doing men's job. Who said they were men's jobs? And who said they were only women's jobs? And
it could be like, oh, now that she's gonna wear the pants the entire relationship. Like, she bagged you. She proposed to you. Like, are you broke? Like, that's what the stigma comes with it. And then it's like, oh, all right, put your apron on. Like,
Jesus.
That's how it be like. From like at least my era and stuff like that. I don't know about this new era coming up. I'm sure there'll be more of it, women doing it, but I couldn't do that. I just couldn't. I couldn't.
I think a lot of people also don't believe in marriage anymore.
Like,
they don't
take
believe
her last name. Like, it's
a lot of
it's
people
on that type of
they
time.
don't believe in marriage anymore because they see other people's marriage fail and they think that's gonna happen to them. And newsflash, like, that's that person's relationship. And how do you know they even got in it for the right reasons? I feel like a high percentage of people get into marriages for the wrong reasons. They do it for green cards. They do it for clout. They do it for money. They do it for convenience. They do it because they think it's who they want to be with. And I think it's such a huge decision that it should not be taken lightly because I don't believe in divorce.
Yeah, just make sure you're over like that little honeymoon phase when you first start getting with that person. Like, make sure that's over and you really start getting to the nitty gritty and really know that person, really start sharing a life together, and then that's when you really decide.
Take the makeup off. I hear people that's still 3 years in with, like, I wake up with makeup for my man. I'm like, that's not real. What are you masking? Well, guys, what to consider when you're thinking of proposing is make sure you are 100% comfortable with each other, live together, chat and hang out with the family members and the person's friends, get personal with one another. Then when you find that time, find the right moment and make sure it means something. And don't just try to do it to go viral, because I feel like a lot of people are proposing right now to one-up each other on social media, and it just doesn't make sense at all. Just make sure you're on both the same page.
Yeah, save your coins. It ain't cheap.
Yeah, we're not doing that. I don't want a wedding. I want a little soiree, a little shindig, a nice dinner, but I want a hell of a proposal and a hell of a ring.
All right, I got some work to do. Tune in.
Bye, guys.